Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're falling behind? Like everyone around you is ahead, achieving more, getting better opportunities, living a life you only dream of? And there you are, stuck, frustrated, wondering, what am I doing wrong? One of the biggest mistakes people make in life is thinking that success is about being better than someone else. They look at others, compare their progress, and measure their worth based on external achievements. But the truth is, your greatest competition is not another person, is the version of yourself from yesterday. Every day, you wake up with a choice to stay the same or to grow. Success is not about outpacing someone else in life, business, or personal achievements. It's about looking at yourself in the mirror and asking, am I better today than I was yesterday? That's the real battle. Imagine two runners on a track. One is focused straight ahead, running with full force, determined to reach the finish line. The other keeps looking sideways, watching the competition, trying to measure if they're ahead or behind. Who do you think will perform better? The one who stays focused on their own race. When you stop looking at others and start focusing on yourself, you gain a powerful advantage. Clarity. Clarity allows you to see what really matters, your own growth, your own progress, your own journey. The moment you stop worrying about what others are doing, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure, distractions, and self-doubt. Too often, people waste time and energy trying to prove themselves to others. They want to be seen, acknowledged, and validated. But external validation is a weak foundation for lasting success. True success comes from an internal commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. It's not about impressing others. It's about improving yourself. Think about the most successful people in history. They didn't achieve greatness by copying others or constantly comparing themselves. They set their own standards, challenged their own limits, and became obsessed with personal excellence. They were their own competition. This mindset changes everything. When you compete with yourself, you stop making excuses. You take responsibility for your growth. You stop blaming circumstances or other people, and instead you ask, what can I do today to be better than I was yesterday? It could be reading one more page of a book, learning a new skill, pushing harder in your workouts, making better decisions, or simply choosing discipline over comfort. These small improvements, made consistently, lead to massive transformation. The greatest danger in life is not failing compared to others. It's remaining the same while expecting different results. Growth is intentional. It does not happen by accident. If you want a better future, you must focus on becoming better today. So stop looking around. Stop measuring your success based on someone else's timeline. Your only competition is you. The goal is simple. Be better today than you were yesterday, and let that be the foundation of your success. One of the most damaging habits a person can develop is the habit of comparison. It is a silent thief that robs people of joy, confidence, and motivation. The moment you start measuring yourself against others, you lose sight of your own journey. Instead of focusing on your progress, you become consumed with what others are doing, what they have, and how far ahead they seem. But here's the truth. Comparison is an illusion. It is based on incomplete information because you never see the full picture of someone else's life. When you compare yourself to others, you are comparing your reality to their highlights. You see their achievements, but you don't see the sacrifices they made. You see their victories, but you don't see the battles they fought. You see the success, but you don't see the struggle. And because you are only seeing one side of the story, you start feeling inadequate, like you are not doing enough, like you are behind. But the reality is, you are not behind. You are on your own path. No two people have the same journey, the same opportunities, or the same timing. Everyone has a different assignment in life. Your purpose, your skills, your strengths, they are unique to you. The moment you understand this, you will stop looking at others as competition and start focusing on your personal growth. You will realize that your only job is to become the best version of yourself, not a lesser version of someone else. Comparison not only steals your joy, but it also steals your focus. Instead of using your time and energy to develop yourself, you waste it by watching others. Instead of working on your craft, you are worrying about someone else's success. Instead of moving forward, you are standing still, caught in a cycle of self-doubt and frustration. This is why comparison is so dangerous. It doesn't just make you feel bad, it actually slows you down. The truth is, the people you admire, the ones who inspire you, didn't reach where they are by comparing themselves to others. They got there by focusing on their own lane. They understood that success is not about outshining someone else, but about outgrowing yourself. The key to breaking free from comparison is gratitude and self-awareness. When you appreciate your own progress, no matter how small, you stop feeling threatened by someone else's success. When you recognize your own strengths, you stop wishing for someone else's gifts. When you focus on your own growth, you stop worrying about who is ahead or behind. At the end of the day, life is not a competition. The only person you need to beat is the person you were yesterday. Stop looking left and right. Stop measuring your worth based on someone else's achievements. Keep your eyes on your own path. Stay committed to your own growth. And remember, comparison is a distraction, but progress is a choice. Every person on this earth was created with a specific purpose, a unique assignment that no one else can fulfill. Yet, too many people waste their lives trying to fit into someone else's mold, trying to copy what others are doing, and trying to live up to external expectations. The moment you try to be like someone else, you start losing yourself. The moment you abandon your own calling to chase someone else's path, you step away from the destiny that was meant for you. You were not designed to be a duplicate of anyone. You were created with a unique combination of talents, gifts, and strengths that set you apart. No two fingerprints are the same, no two voices are identical, and no two purposes are alike. This means that your journey, your timing, and your success will not look like anyone else's. And that is exactly how it is supposed to be. When you understand this, you stop feeling the need to compete. You stop feeling inadequate just because someone else is further ahead. You stop measuring your worth based on other people's accomplishments. Instead, you start focusing on discovering your true potential, your passion, and your assignment in life. The world does not need another version of someone else. It needs you, the real, authentic, and purpose-driven you. Many people live unfulfilled lives because they spend their time trying to fit into a system that was never meant for them. They take jobs they don't love, follow paths that don't excite them, and settle for a life that does not match their true calling. Why? Because they are too busy trying to do what everyone else is doing instead of discovering what they were born to do. Your purpose is already within you. It is not something you have to chase. It is something you have to uncover. It is found in your passions, in your natural abilities, in the things that make you come alive, the things that excite you, the things you do effortlessly, the things that people always come to you for. These are clues to your purpose, but you will never fully tap into that purpose if you are constantly looking at someone else's life, wishing you had what they have. The greatest tragedy is not failure. It is living a life that does not align with your true calling. It is reaching the end of your life and realizing that you never became who you were meant to be because you were too focused on being like someone else. You were placed on this earth for a reason, and no one else can fulfill that reason but you. The world is waiting for what you have to offer, but it starts with a decision to stop imitating, stop doubting, and start walking in your unique identity. You are not made to blend in. You were made to stand out. Accept that truth, embrace your purpose, and start living the life you were meant to live. Whatever you focus on grows. Your thoughts, your attention, and your energy are like water. Whatever you pour them into will flourish. If you focus on problems, your problems will seem bigger. If you focus on distractions, your life will feel scattered. But if you focus on growth, discipline, and purpose, your life will start moving in the right direction. This is why your focus is one of your most powerful tools. It determines your reality. Many people struggle in life not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because their focus is divided. They spend too much time worrying about things they cannot control. They focus on other people's success instead of building their own. They allow fear, doubt, and negativity to take up mental space that should be used for creativity, productivity, and self-improvement. The more you give your energy to things that don't serve your future, the less energy you have to invest in what truly matters. Think about a magnifying glass. When you position it correctly under the sun, it can concentrate light and generate enough heat to start a fire. But without focus, that same light is scattered and ineffective. Your mind works the same way. When you focus all your energy on a clear goal, you create momentum. But when you allow distractions to pull you in different directions, your progress slows down. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the most talented. They are the most focused. They know what they want, and they refuse to let distractions, opinions, or setbacks pull them away from their vision. They wake up every day with a clear sense of direction, knowing that their energy is a limited resource and they must invest it wisely. They don't waste time worrying about competition, critics, or unnecessary drama. Instead, they stay locked in on their goals, their growth, and their purpose. On the other hand, people who lack focus often feel stuck. They jump from one thing to another without commitment. They start projects but never finish them. They set goals but never follow through. Not because they lack ability, but because their focus is constantly shifting. They are distracted by what others are doing, overwhelmed by negative thoughts, or paralyzed by fear. The result? They never gain momentum. If you want to change your life, you must change what you focus on. Stop giving your energy to things that don't move you forward. Stop feeding your fears, insecurities, and doubts. Instead, focus on growth. Focus on discipline. Focus on consistency. Wake up every day with intention, knowing that every thought you entertain, every decision you make, and every action you take is shaping your future. Your focus is your power. If you direct it toward the right things, your life will transform. Whatever you feed will grow. So, choose to feed your purpose, your progress, and your potential. Because in the end, energy flows where focus goes. One of the biggest traps people fall into is the constant need for approval. They want to be liked, accepted, and recognized by others, so they shape their lives around what will gain them the most validation. They dress for approval, they speak for approval, they even make life decisions based on how others will perceive them. But the truth is, when you live for approval, you stop living for growth. You become a prisoner of public opinion instead of the master of your own destiny. The need for approval is dangerous because it shifts your focus from what truly matters, your personal development. Instead of working on your skills, you worry about how you are perceived. Instead of investing in your purpose, you invest in impressing people. And the worst part? No matter how hard you try, you will never please everyone. There will always be people who criticize, misunderstand, or ignore you. So why waste your energy chasing their validation when you could use that same energy to become the best version of yourself? Growth is an internal process, not an external performance. It's not about showing people how successful, talented, or intelligent you are. It's about actually becoming successful, talented, and intelligent. Real growth happens in private when no one is watching. It happens in the hours you spend learning, the moments of self-discipline, the quiet sacrifices no one sees. But when you're too focused on gaining approval, you skip this process. You focus on looking good rather than getting better. You seek recognition without putting in the real work. Think about the most successful people in any field. They didn't become great because they sought applause. They became great because they committed to mastery. They spent years sharpening their craft, failing and learning, improving step by step. They understood that their journey wasn't about impressing others. It was about becoming excellent. And because they focused on personal growth rather than public approval, success eventually found them. On the other hand, those who chase approval often burn out. They constantly adjust themselves to fit others' expectations, losing sight of their true purpose. They fear taking risks because they don't want to be judged. They hesitate to follow their dreams because they worry about what people will say. And in the end, they realize that they have spent their entire lives pleasing others while neglecting their own potential. If you want lasting success, you must shift your focus from public approval to personal growth. Instead of seeking validation, seek mastery. Instead of chasing recognition, chase improvement. Instead of worrying about how others see you, focus on how much you are developing. Because in the end, applause fades, opinions change, and people forget. But the growth you achieve, the skills you build, and the person you become will stay with you forever. Your goal should not be to impress others. Your goal should be to become so good that approval becomes irrelevant. When you commit to personal growth, success will follow, whether people are watching or not. Every person has a destiny, a unique calling, a purpose that they were created to fulfill, but many never reach it, not because they lack ability, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they allow distractions to pull them away from their path. Distractions come in many forms. Some are obvious, while others are subtle. They can be social media, unnecessary drama, unhealthy relationships, fear, self-doubt, or even constantly watching what others are doing. Whatever the form, distractions have one goal: to delay or completely derail your destiny. Distractions don't always come as obvious roadblocks. Sometimes they come disguised as things that seem urgent but are not truly important. Have you ever planned to work on something meaningful only to find yourself scrolling through your phone for hours? Have you ever set a goal only to let fear or procrastination talk you out of it? That is how distractions work. They steal your time, your energy, and your focus, little by little, until one day you realize that weeks, months, or even years have passed and you are still in the same place. Your time is the most valuable resource you have because you can never get it back. Every moment you spend on things that do not contribute to your growth is a moment lost forever. This is why distractions are so dangerous. They don't just slow you down, they rob you of opportunities, progress, and ultimately, the life you were meant to live. The people who fulfill their destinies are not necessarily the most talented or privileged. They are the ones who learn to block out distractions and stay committed to their purpose. They understand that focus is a weapon. They don't waste time on pointless arguments, comparing themselves to others, or worrying about things they cannot control. Instead, they protect their energy, guard their time, and remain disciplined in their pursuit of growth. One of the greatest strategies of failure is to keep people distracted. If the enemy can't destroy you, he will distract you. He will place obstacles in your path, make you doubt yourself, and keep you so busy with unimportant things that you never have time to focus on what truly matters. If you're not careful, you will wake up one day wondering where all your time went, regretting the things you could have done but never did because you allowed distractions to take over. If you want to fulfill your destiny, you must become intentional about eliminating distractions. You must decide what truly matters and discipline yourself to focus on it daily. This means cutting off anything that does not contribute to your growth. It means prioritizing progress over entertainment, purpose over popularity, and discipline over comfort. Your future depends on what you choose to focus on today. Every moment spent on distractions is a moment stolen from your destiny. The choice is yours. Will you waste time on things that don't matter, or will you take control of your focus and step into the life you were created to live? At the end of the day, your life is not a race against others. It is a journey of becoming the best version of yourself. The biggest competition you will ever face is not the person next to you, but the person you were yesterday. Comparison will only slow you down, steal your joy, and distract you from your true purpose. You were not created to follow someone else's path. You were designed for a unique destiny that only you can fulfill. Your energy will always flow where your focus goes. If you waste time worrying about what others are doing, chasing approval, or getting lost in distractions, you will delay your progress and weaken your potential. But if you shift your focus inward, commit to personal growth, and discipline yourself to stay on your path, success will come, not because you sought it, but because you became the kind of person who attracts it. Distractions will always exist. Challenges will always arise. People will always have opinions, but none of these things have the power to stop you unless you allow them to. The choice is yours. Will you let external noise dictate your future, or will you take control of your mind, your time, and your energy to build the life you were created to live? The world does not need another copy. It needs the real, authentic, purpose-driven you. Focus on yourself, not on others. Stop looking around and start looking within. Grow, evolve, and step boldly into your destiny. Because the moment you decide to fully embrace your own path without distraction or hesitation is the moment you unlock the greatness that has been inside you all along.